in here already.
Oh, is this a good spot? Should we make it higher? I don't know that I can make it higher very
I think
easily.
it's good.
You think it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, everyone.
How are you all doing today?
I hope good.
We are like in a frenzy of getting things ready and being on time, trying to get this done, order everything we need.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
we are happy to be here and sitting still for an hour or so this morning.
Yes. So we're just gonna like get right into it because you guys hit us with so many questions and we want to make sure to cover as many of them as we can and talk a bit about what is going on. So first off, should we talk about like what the PCT is?
Sure.
You want to start?
Sure. All right. So we are here because we're talking about the PCT. Sarah is going to attempt a PCT through hike this season. What does that mean, Sarah?
Pacific Crest Trail. It goes from the border of Mexico and California to the border of Washington and Canada. It's 2,652 miles. It takes roughly, on average, like 5 months to complete, and you walk the whole way.
And you walk a lot. You walk an average of 20-something miles a day, each day. So,
yes. We attempted this. What is happening? Okay. We attempted this in 2019. This was the start of our adventure. We had planned to through hike the entire trail and then travel internationally for 6 months. That was the goal. That was what our lives were going to look like. We ended up instead only hiking for 3 months. It was a really difficult weather year, snow-wise and rain-wise, and things just didn't pan out for us to, hike the whole trail. So we ended up hiking for 3 months instead, getting a van, converting it, and now here we are.
yeah.
2 years
Our adventure
later.
kind of changed course, but the dream for Sarah never really was resolved. You still want to do that. You still have this goal.
Yes. Yeah. It was like a goal and dream of mine for maybe like 5 years to do this trail, and it was very crushing when it didn't end the way that I anticipated. So I'm very excited to have the opportunity to try again and hope for a better outcome this time.
Yeah. Is this working out, this format that we're doing?
It's working out fine for me.
We wrote all these questions that you all wrote for us down on my phone. And we're not like asking them, we're just like going through them so far. So
well, that was
okay.
just the intro.
Okay.
Nobody asked. Well, people did ask like what the PCT was and stuff, but that was
okay.
That was our intro.
Gotcha. Okay.
I asked multiple times if you wanted to hold the phone, and you said no.
I got my hands full.
You said no. I'm holding my coffee. You hold the phone, and now Sarah holds the phone, and it's not working well. You want
I can hold the phone.
There you go.
All right. So, good morning, everyone from Boston. I love Boston. All right. So again, you've had a lot of questions. If you guys have any additional questions in these categories, feel free to ask them now. And as we see them pop up on the screen, we can answer them as well.
Yeah, so the first one we're going to be talking about right now, so that was a little intro. What's the PCT? What are we doing? So this is about our channel. So if you have questions about our channel, we're going to answer these right now. And if you want to throw them up on the screen right now, and we will try our best to answer those as well. But you want to kick this one off?
Yes. You all have asked, will I be making videos while Sarah is hiking? And the answer is yes. I will be attempting to edit and put out the videos for our channel, which is something Sarah usually does. We are both planning on filming, and so you'll get some content of Oliver and I here in the van, and some content of Sarah on her hike.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe the content from the trail will be comprehensive. I think you might be planning to put out a separate video series of your hike once you've finished it. Is that correct?
Yeah, things are kind of will evolve with that, but I am going to vlog the hike, and Jess is gonna vlog van life, and we're still gonna put out our weekly videos. But it's not gonna be totally comprehensive like on my hike, because I think we're gonna focus more on like us.
Yeah, the story hopefully will be like our parallel lives. Like Holly and I are here, Sarah is here, this is what we're doing, this is what Sarah's doing, this is us coming together, this is us going our separate ways, and kind of how we're all feeling about it.
Yeah, versus I think then maybe at a later date, I will put out vlogs of just the PCT through hike.
Yeah.
I think somebody asked about camera gear. Sarah, will you be taking a camera on the trail or just film with your phone?
Good question.
Good question. I am taking the DJI Osmo Pocket 2, which is new for this trip, and I'm very excited about it. It's like teensy tiny. It's got a gimbal.
It's like this big.
If anybody's watched our first PCT videos, because we were just rewatching them the other day, it is like a shake fest as far as, oh, it was really, parts were hard to watch, so like good on you if you watched them all, because I was like getting sick watching them.
So this should be a lot more stable. It has a built-in gimbal. It's super small and lightweight, so it should be really good for the hike.
Yes, it should be good.
Yeah.
All right. So that is good for our channel. What's going to be happening? Basically, nothing's going to change as far as we're doing weekly vlogs.
Yes. And if you jump on Patreon, we'll be doing a video every month or every couple weeks. Kind of like a check-in video as well. So we'll have that new content if you're interested in more personal content.
Yeah. All right. The next group of questions we're going into are about the PCT.
This is the big category.
This is a big category. We got a bunch of questions about the trail itself. Do you want to like ask them?
I would love to. Yeah.
Ask them.
Yeah. All right, Sarah. Are you starting the trail from the beginning?
Yes. Yes, I'm starting over. So in 2019, we hiked 900 miles. We did the entire desert section of the trail, so the first 700 miles before we skipped up to Oregon and did 200 miles in Oregon. So this time around, it was kind of an easy decision, to be honest, to decide to start over, especially with Jess having the van and driving the van along, because we're very familiar with the first month and a half of what the trail is going to look like. It's very easy as far as the proximity to towns and things like that, which we can talk about more as we answer more questions, but it was an easy decision to start over, and I want to hike the whole thing in one go.
Yeah, continuously. That's kind of the big goal.
Yeah.
How did you get a permit?
Oh, the permit lottery process is really difficult. So you have to have a permit to hike the PCT. If you're doing anything more than a day hike, if you're doing any type of overnight hike, you have to have a permit. You have to have a permit to through hike the trail, which is what I'm doing. And to do that, you have to go through an online lottery process on the day that they open permits. And essentially, you just open some browsers and you wait in a line full of thousands of people, and you hope that they're not all gone when it's your turn.
I'm pretty sure this specific season we were sitting on the beach with multiple devices
We're sitting on the
out.
beach at
Key Biscayne.
we were in Key Biscayne. Yeah.
Yeah, we were like looking at 4 different screens while we were sitting on the beach there.
Which
like,
I think
who's got the best spot in line.
I think a lot of people do,
Yeah.
because there will be like 8,000 people in line ahead of you, and there's only 50 permits each day that are available. But by the time you get there, there's no way that there were 8,000 people ahead of you. So like it's a little bit deceiving there, but it worked out.
Hey, buddy. Hi, Oliver's here. All right. How did you get your permit? Check. Do you plan to hike the whole trail?
Yes.
So she's gonna try to do the whole trail, all 2,000 and I can't remember how many miles it is now.
That's 2,000 some.
What is it really?
652.
Okay. Yes, that's the goal. Will you sleep in the van or a tent?
Mostly in a tent. Mostly in a tent.
Yes.
There's like more specific kind of questions about this, I think.
I don't know that there is in here.
Did
no,
we narrow
that was
it down?
yeah,
Okay.
that's what we chose.
Okay. So the way that it's gonna work with Jess, I mean, some of them are more in the van life category, but we can answer them now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is that basically like the van here is going to act as like my like town stay, town resupply hotel, shower, all of that, like, is the van now. So typically what happens on a through hike is you will have certain little tiny segments. It's all broken down into tiny little segments. So the first time that you set out from the terminus, it's 20 miles until the first little town where you can go to like a little resupply convenience store. They like cook burgers there and stuff. There's a campground, and that's it. But it's 20 miles to get there. And so when I leave on the trail, I'm going to do that in like I'll spend one night on the trail. I'll go like 10 miles or so and spend one night. And then the next day I will like see Jess at the van in this little town. And I will hang out with Jess and sleep in the van probably that night, like instead of sleeping like in town. And then the next time, like I leave the next day and it's the same thing. It's 20 more miles to the next place. And so you just go like that. I mean, you look at the map, you see how far the next town is, and that's where Jess will meet. And then those times, instead of staying in a hotel, which is what hikers normally do, I'll just stay in the van for that night.
Yeah. And hopefully I'll be able to cut out some of your town time by like doing your laundry ahead of time, doing your resupply for you ahead of time.
It's going to crush it.
Yeah. So while you'll be carrying everything yourself,
yes,
and carrying the full pack of supplies, I'll kind of like drop you all the key things to speed up your trip a little bit.
Yeah. So I will be carrying a full pack, carrying everything I need to, like what we did last time, to, if I didn't have the van, I'd still be carrying the same stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just have all the extras, like a van full of Gatorade and oatmeal and stuff like that. I don't know. All right. How are we coordinating timing? We don't really know. Sarah has a Garmin and she'll have her phone with her, so we're going to try and stay in communication those ways, but
I think we'll know when we're together. So say we're together at a town and I'm setting out for the next stretch, we're going to know, okay, it's 4 days until the next part. So it'll be 3 nights that I'm out sleeping in the tent. And then on that 4th day, I think we've said, like, we want Jess to be available after a certain time, like at the spot where the trail like intersects or somewhere in the town. If it's like some places you walk right into the town. So like can just walk around and find you. Yeah. Because they're all very small.
Yeah.
Small towns.
We'll have to kind of figure that out as it goes, though. It's not a science.
Yeah.
Why am I not coming? I'm not coming because I'm just not interested in coming, and I've decided that that's okay. When we set out for the trail in 2019, Sarah was very passionate about it and got me very into it, and I had a great time. I really love hiking. I probably do more hiking between us, honestly. I love being outside, but it takes a lot of time. It takes 5 to 6 months, which is half a year. And we already kind of dedicated half a year to this in my mind, and it was great. So for me, I'm just not interested in dedicating another half a year to this goal. I would rather go out with Oliver and enjoy day hikes and have him, have the dog, have the van. So.
Yeah, Ollie is really the main reason. I mean, you don't want to do it.
I wouldn't do it again.
But yeah, even if we didn't have Oliver, you would be doing.
I would just follow in the van.
This, but we do have Oliver, and Oliver cannot come. Dogs are allowed on most of the trail, but not all of it. There are areas that dogs are not allowed. And
I don't know how to change that.
Well, that side has the camera.
Oh.
And just in general, like he's not old enough to be able to hike what needs to happen for the trail. I mean, you get up to the point where you're hiking 25 to 30 miles a day. Oliver cannot do that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. Are there more in this category?
There are, yeah. Do you have any gear changes or favorite gear?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a gear video. We only have a couple days left, but I'm gonna do a gear video. And essentially I have like I have the whole setup from last time. But things that I've changed, I changed my tent. Last time Jess and I carried the REI Half Dome 2, the big.
Oh, Harriet, we loved
Harriet.
Her. She was a gem.
Over
Highly
4 pounds for a tent.
I would do it again.
But we were able to split the weight, and it was our first time really backpacking, and we were glad to have like that sturdy of a tent.
Yeah.
The weather was wild that year, so it was really good. But I got a different tent, which is weighs under 2 pounds, and is great for me to carry. And I went from a sleeping bag to a quilt. I am going stoveless, just like things, tweaks that I've made based on our hike last time that I feel like I can do. And
Yeah.
That's what we're going for.
Should be really good.
Yeah.
Are you worried that you're not going to have the full trail family experience?
I
Because
would-
of me.
I would say we did not have the trail family experience last time.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm excited about this time, I think. We're both pretty introverted, so it's going to be interesting, I think. But last time, I think it will be easier, to be honest, hiking as an individual to have the trail family experience. I think we found it a little bit difficult being a couple.
Right. Because we're already like our own group.
Yeah, we're already like a pair.
Yeah.
So like having that trail family experience, we found it a little bit difficult. We like kind of flitted in between a couple of different groups, but I'm excited to hopefully meet some people that I like vibe with and that our hiking styles and speeds match up. And yeah.
Justin, I think you asked if I would join for any parts, and I hope so. Like I said, I love day hiking, and Oliver is racking up the miles. He can do 7 or 8 probably now if it's flat.
In a day, yeah.
In a day. So I think, I'll probably join for like day hikes, but not
Maybe.
Overnighting, I don't think.
Yeah, no, you don't have the stuff to overnight.
I know. Well, I could sleep in your 2-person tent.
No, you can't.
But maybe like if Sarah's setting out in the morning, Oliver and I will go with her for 4 miles or so and then turn around. But just that kind of thing.
Maybe.
We have other friends that might join you for a little bit, which could be fun.
Maybe.
Do you think it'll be harder to move on from 0 days, as that will be your time together as family?
We'll see. I'm sure that there will be times when I'm like, I don't want to go. I'm just gonna lay in this bed and I'm not leaving. And then I think that something interesting happened last time where we had to fly back to the Philadelphia area for my brother's wedding in June. And we had been hiking for 2 months and we had like gotten into the groove. We were like crushing the miles. We were like completely in it. Like our trail legs had come in. We were very like fit and just in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we left and went back to civilization for like 2 weeks. And it was wild. Like we did not want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We struggled a lot with like how to talk to people and how to like
Felt very overwhelmed.
Felt super overwhelmed by like everything. I mean, even just like being in a car that drives really fast is like weird. Like everything about it is different than the life that you've been living.
Yeah.
So I do imagine that there will be times that I don't want to leave the van, but I also imagine that there will be times that I come back here and I'm like, I gotta keep going. Like, I can't be here right now.
Yeah, it'll be the opposite.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. So is that the end of this category?
Yeah.
So should we look on here?
Yeah, I think there were a few more questions on there. Thank you all for your questions.
Whew.
I know.
A lot of questions to read through.
What's the weight of your pack?
I don't know.
But it should be pretty lightweight though, as far as lighter than last time.
Yeah, last time I started with, I think I had a 17-pound base weight last time. But I'm like hoping for more like 13.
I was gonna say 14 maybe.
12 or 13 is like ideal, but we'll see. Yeah. But I haven't weighed it yet because everything's not in it yet. Why the PCT? I just always wanted to do the PCT.
It's so beautiful.
It's like absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Thanks for all your encouragement, everyone.
Yeah, everybody's been so nice, both on this and on the other post that we did on Sunday. Progress, junior.
Why'd you choose to do it alone?
Do we have that in there or no? I think we have that in the next section.
You might meet up with people on the trail and hike for a little while, but
yeah. All right.
Pretty
Should
good.
we move on?
Sure. Is there anything else in there you want to talk about?
I don't think so. Some of the questions, some of the people that have joined us a bit late, we've already they've thrown them in there, things about vlogging, what's next for our channel, stuff like that. So for the sake of time and all the questions that we have to answer, as soon as this live is over, it's going to be up on our channel. So head back and watch the part that you missed, because we are trying to cover everything.
Yeah. I did see somebody ask how many pairs of shoes you're going to go through.
Oh.
Like ideally 5 or 6, something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 5 or
500 miles.
one pair of shoes can last you like 500 miles. That's the thing. But I don't know. We'll see. Last time we were probably on that. We did 900 miles last time, and we had 2 pairs of shoes.
Yep. All right, the next category is safety and preparations. Just a little category here. Are you hiking solo? Is that safe?
Yeah. Oh, so tired. Technically, I am hiking solo. Technically. Meaning I'm not...
Along with 49 other people each day.
Meaning I'm not starting the trail with anybody that I know.
Yeah.
But I think from there are surveys done every year about people that hike the trail, and I don't remember like last year. Well, last year didn't even count. But like I think historically it's something like 70 to 80% of people hike solo. Like they don't go into it with a hiking partner. It's more unique to go into it with a hiking partner. So we are, I'm hiking solo, and but that doesn't mean I'm hiking alone by any sense of the word.
Yeah.
Especially in Southern California, that first 700 miles, there
Alone
are people
is so hard to achieve.
everywhere. Yeah. We did the 700 miles. We took us 2 months last time, and we camped by ourselves one time.
Yeah.
One time did we not camp with other tents.
Yeah.
And that was like, we were trying.
Yeah.
Like, we were making an effort to be like, let's camp by ourselves. And it happened one time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are people everywhere. So it's not...
Are we...
Oh, no. Reconnect. Blackness. One sec.
Blackness. Are we here yet? We can turn the Wii Boost on. Is it plugged in? It's not. Okay. All right. Can you hear us now? Yay! Thank you for that comment. Okay. Sorry about that. Our service is obviously bad.
Yeah. We don't have Wi-Fi.
All right. Have you been working out extra to prep for your hike?
I'm a runner now. Not true.
Yeah. Last time we didn't prep at all, and we did all right. We just started out pretty... This could be like part 1. We could do part 2.
We could.
All right. Do you want to do that?
But I don't even know if it's going to be better. You know what I'm saying? I think we're back.
This is so annoying. Okay.
All right. Let's try it. Let's try again. And if it's not, we might end this one and start a new one.
Yeah, we might do a part 2. Okay.
Anyway,
that's good. I'm glad you can hear us. All right.
I'm like training a little bit, but we're doing a lot of hikes, and I'm just gonna like start slowly because that's what we did last time and it was fine.
All right. And have we had our second COVID shot?
Woohoo! Yeah, 2 days ago we got our second COVID shot.
Vaccinated and ready to go.
So yeah, by the time I start, it'll be like basically on the like good to go.
Yeah,
good to
which
go.
is awesome. We're super thankful for that.
Yes.
Okay, Vanlife category. Any side effects from the second dose? We were very tired and our arms felt like they were falling off. But aside from that, we were fine.
Could have just cut my arm off. I wouldn't even have known.
Very thankful though. In the van life category, what are my plans?
Should I ask you?
Okay, go ahead.
Jess, what are your plans while I'm going to be hiking for 5 months?
I am actually quite excited to have some time to myself. I've never lived by myself, so this will be like a new venture for me. And yeah, my plans are to hang out with Oliver and to edit our videos and to clean the van and to resupply your food and do your laundry and find places to park. And then if I have time, maybe I'll do like learn a new hobby like yoga or something.
Yeah. Are most rest areas accessible by van?
I think there are a ton of places to meet up with Sarah along the trail or right off the trail, so we'll see her every couple of days.
You just answered in your other one if you and Ollie will join for day hikes.
Yes, of course. Ollie and I will join for some small day hikes.
How close will you and Ollie be following along?
I think when you are meeting us like every other day or so, we'll probably be pretty close. But if you get somewhere where it's like 5 days away, I'm sure we'll do some day trips to other areas.
Yeah. Are you planning meetup places ahead of time? We kind of talked about this already.
Yeah, like kind of.
Yeah.
Like a couple days in advance, but we're not planning the whole thing by any means.
Yeah. And Jess, have you thought about being a trail angel?
Yeah, I am super excited actually. A trail angel is somebody who, how do we describe trail angel? Who like gives food to hikers, is really nice, offers things to hikers like rides or showers or food and drink, stuff like that. Usually it's food because hikers are hungry all the time. So I'm actually really excited to do that. To like carry around a hiker box and to maybe once a week or so to go and do trail magic where you like go along the trail and maybe one week I'll do like, I don't know, like coffee and ice cream, and then maybe one week I'll do like hot dogs and Gatorade or something like that. I don't know. I'm very excited. I'm like planning it all out. I'm gonna get a little whiteboard. It's gonna be very fun. And Oliver's going to be part of the trail magic, obviously, because everybody wants to pet dogs while they're hiking, I think. Ollie, do you want to be in the video?
Someone wants to know if you're going to fill the van with plants during this time.
I have threatened to do that, yes. I think I probably will.
Yes.
And, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be like, I'm taking over the van.
Taking over the van.
But yeah, I am going to do a lot of trail magic. If anybody wants to be involved with that with me, you should send me a message on Instagram and we can talk about that more. Cool. Replace Sarah's weighted plants. Ollie, come here, bud.
Somebody wants an Ollie cameo?
Yeah. What's this, bud?
Oliver.
There are some birds outside the window right now.
He's not interested in this.
Can you see him a little bit?
Hi. Oliver. You're good looking the wrong way.
He says you can see me. All right, that's the end of my category.
Couple categories left.
Relationship. You're getting into the zone. All right. Yes, we'll be good support. Okay. Relationship. Have we been separated this long before?
This is interesting. So the longest that we've been separated before has been like 3 weeks for work trips of mine. But like we're never gonna go 3 weeks in this period without seeing each other. But this is gonna be different because it's like when we're together, and when we're not, we're not. Like I'm not really gonna have cell service for like last time we hiked the trail, we didn't have cell service like 98% of the time we were hiking. We didn't have cell service. So it's very much gonna be like we're here, we're together like every 2, 3, 4, 6 days, something like that. And then when I'm gone, it's like we're not talking.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting. But on those trips that I've gone on for work before, they've all been like to the South Pacific where we're like on completely opposite time zones. So we haven't talked too much during those.
I think this will be different just because we're doing such different things, and I'm not going to really be able to relate to what she's doing, even though I'm here. And I'm going to be doing my own things that you're not really going to be able to relate to either, so.
But, like, you know what it takes. Like, you've done the hiking.
Yeah. It'll be different for sure. It'll be something for us to grow through.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have a lot to talk about, which is not the case as of right now when we're out together all the time. You know what I mean? We do the same things all the time together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
which
is
is nice
making it
too.
seem like we don't talk about it.
All right. how often we'll be able to see each other. We've said like pretty much every other day or every few days, probably twice a week is like a good average. Guys, we got a couple questions about us breaking up possibly, and that people aren't sure what happened because we're not going to be together during this time. And I just wanted to address that. I think it's really awesome that we are doing something separately. I think it's going to be a challenge for both of us, but that it will definitely grow our relationship. And while it'll be hard, I'm really excited for that. So we're happy about that.
So like you didn't answer the question.
Oh, we're not breaking up? No, we're not breaking up. We're getting married, actually. Soonish.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
I don't think so.
Okay. Were there any other questions in that category?
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
Man, it's going to be full of plants and cold brew.
That's true.
That sounds like a dream. I'll just add a few more windows. Yeah, I'll definitely bring vegetarian options for sure. Yeah, super excited about the trail magic. Okay. Next, pretty much last category.
Okay.
You want to go for it?
Sure. As a couple, how will you acknowledge the fact that it will seem like Sarah's doing the big/hard thing, but it's only possible with Jess's sacrifice and hard stuff she's doing behind the scenes?
I just felt like that was a super thoughtful question.
It was a super thoughtful question.
So thank you for that. I think it's going to be hard for both of us, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I guess online it kind of seems like I'm doing the harder things, but it hasn't seemed that way for us.
Yeah.
I think
when we talk about everything that has to be done, it's like I have to do everything.
Yeah.
And all Sarah has to do is walk.
Yeah, and I have like felt like a good deal of like guilt and dealing with like if I'm doing the right thing. Is this like, should I be doing this right now? Is this the best timing for this? Like, am I leaving Jess to do like literally everything? Which the answer is yes, I am. While I'm literally just like walking. Like, it's not, Jess is doing way more than I'm doing. I'm just walking every day, and Jess has to do everything here, which is a lot. Like, for anyone that's not like in the van life world, like we like often wonder like where our days go, because there's a lot that has to happen just with the van. So yeah, I think maybe like on the outside it might seem like a difficult thing maybe that I'm doing. I think we kind of know what it entails.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What scares you about this new journey?
Oh, everything.
I think some days you're like, I'm so excited, I cannot wait. And the next day you're like, I am terrified, I don't think I can go.
Or like the next like 5 minutes. It's literally been such a roller coaster of like, I'm so excited, this is great, and like, this is the worst decision ever, like, I'm not gonna do it, I can't do this. You just go through like all the range of emotions. And I think, I mean, last time when we left, like, I was very stressed about the trip up until like 3 weeks into the trip. Like, it didn't go away until about 3 weeks in. Like, I lost like 20 pounds in the first 2 weeks. I was just like very anxious and stressed and like nervous, and I'm hoping that this time around won't be like as severe for that, but it is going to take a little while to like sink in, to be like, no, like, this is what you're doing, this is the routine, and like then you get into that zone and you love it. But I think
it's gonna take
it is going to take, it's an adjustment period. It's an adjustment period for everybody, and I think it's, yeah, I'm just like generally nervous about the whole thing. But
I think that's fair. I think we can all agree that that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of change this question. Yeah. What made you decide to do this now?
To do this now? I think it's it seems like maybe now or never. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's not the truth. But it seems like a really good time with the van. Given especially everything that's gone on with COVID this year, and even being like fully vaccinated, it's still like we didn't know if I was going to be able to be vaccinated beforehand, and we didn't know if like trail magic and trail angels and like hitchhiking, like what is that going to look like this year? Like that's kind of crazy. So having the van as a resource is just tremendous in general, but also during this year of COVID, I think it's a huge resource and something definitely to take advantage of. We were already planning to be on this part of the country anyway. And our lives are going to look different soon. I mean, we're getting married soon. We're talking about like what our future is going to look like with kids and house and all of that, and these things that are like kind of coming up in our lives soon. And while I know that like there will be other opportunities, I'm sure right now it seems like the easiest transition to go to do this hike right now.
Yeah, to give it another go, at least, for sure. How can we support you?
Yes.
How can we all support you?
A lot of people have asked this, and that's so kind of you to want to support me and us while we're doing this. I mean, first and foremost, the easiest place to support us is through Patreon. So we have a Patreon page if you're not familiar. We'll put the link, it's in the description to this video. If you head over there, things have kind of changed with what we're offering given the trail right now, but you can pledge a certain amount per month, and that really helps us. It helps us do what we're doing and to stay out here on the road because we do not have full-time jobs. We are
This is pretty
hustling
much a
our way
full-time job.
through this. Yeah. So that's like the best way is to join our Patreon community, which we love the community we're building over there, getting to know everyone on that page. So thank you if you are one of our patrons. We've really enjoyed that so much, and we hope that you have too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be sending some postcards from all the trail towns.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah. And then Jess is going to be doing trail magic, like she said. And we haven't really honed in on how we're going to have people involved in that.
Yeah.
But
I feel like a lot of people want to help out hikers, and I'm just going to be supporting Sarah, but also other hikers. And if you would want to help with that financially, I will find a way for you to do that because that would be really awesome. It's going to be really expensive to feed hungry hikers every week. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll think about that more, and then you can reach out to me on Instagram if you have any ideas as well. Post-hike? What does that mean? What are we doing afterwards?
Yeah, a lot of people asked if this is the end of Vanlife. Okay. What are we doing after the hike? Am I coming back to live in the van after the hike?
Sarah kind of thought that was a little bit funny. She was like, I think I'm just going to go live in Canada, actually, with the nice Canadians up there.
Yeah. I mean, I will move back into the van after Vanlife or after the hike.
Yeah.
For how long? We don't really know.
Basically, the hike, if it goes to plan, the hike will end at the end of September. We'll get married mid-October. And that's like crazy to think about. That's mostly the thing. That's like you'll end, and then we have to get married, so we have to figure out how to make all of that happen really quickly. And then we'll see how it goes from there. We're not really sure if we're going to live in the van after we get married for too much longer, or maybe we will. Who knows?
It's literally like right now, like the whole thought is like starting the trail. Like let's get to the start of the trail.
Yep.
And then we're going to figure out all these other things because there's a lot of life things going on this year. But
if COVID has taught us anything, it's to stop planning things. So one thing at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's pretty much all we have from you guys. We have one extra question asking how I prevent the plants from falling over on the plant balcony, and that is with Velcro. But if you have any more PCT van life questions, you can feel free to ask them. Otherwise, we are so thankful to have you all and to have had the chance to talk this all over. Read over?
Plants for the van. Read through. I know we haven't really paid attention to what you guys have been asking now. We've been trying to answer the questions that we got in advance. So we're trying to kind of skim through right now. Let's see here. Full of plants and cold brew, yes. Am I going to be vlogging? Yes, I will.
Oh, buddy.
What just what you did?
I was just gonna sip with it.
Oh. Yeah, so we talked about vlogging and what our channel's gonna look like. We talked about that close to the beginning, so if you missed it, when the live's over, just go back and rewatch the beginning part. Do we have any sponsors for the hike? Not specifically, no. But
we're excited to rep a few companies' gear that we really liked last time, and we're really excited to use this time, including Enlightened Equipment and Light AF, both backpacking companies.
When you meet with Sarah, will she be allowed to stay in the van overnight?
We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling.
Well, I've already been told multiple times that Oliver is taking my place in the bed, which I am not interested in that happening.
What are you talking about? Look at this face.
But I won't be here, so it's not my decision.
Look at that. That's a healthy relationship right there.
Can send virtual trail magic via Patreon. Karen W., we will figure out the best way to have people help with trail magic.
I'm thinking right now maybe Venmo. Maybe I'll put my personal Venmo and make it a trail magic Venmo. You can do it that way, and then I can keep that separated.
Yeah, because we want to make sure to allocate money properly, and I don't think that we can do that easily through Patreon, so we might just go like the Venmo route, and if you want to Venmo Jess, like $20 for her to go to the grocery store and to buy like the most amounts of ice cream sandwiches and give them out to hungry hikers, like that's what that kind of thing would look like.
Yeah.
And we would love and appreciate that, but like TBD on details.
Yeah.
Will we still do YouTube after we end van life?
I hope so. We want to start a family, and I would love to also document that.
Oh, how will we handle it when other hikers ask for a ride? We don't have room. I know, this is something that also we're like kind of a little bit nervous about with the van, because while we were hiking, I remember in Oregon, there was one instance of we saw a van in a parking lot, and there was nobody in it or their door was closed and we didn't know, but, somebody said to us, oh yeah, like they're meeting up with their like hiking partner or whatever, and we were super envious.
And we rode in a couple of vans or RVs for hitch hikes.
We did, yeah, in hitches we rode in the back of some RVs. But I am not quite sure how we're gonna navigate this, because
currently we don't allow anyone to ride in the back.
Yes. That's been a hard, fast rule of ours from the beginning. Like
friends, family.
If we're going 5 minutes, if we're going 50 minutes, it doesn't matter. Like driver's seat and passenger seat are the only two people in the van.
Yeah.
Because we don't have seatbelts back here, and like God forbid we get in an accident, something happens. Like that's not what we're interested in.
Well, it's like mostly secure back here. It's kind of like riding on a turbulent boat. Like it is, sometimes drawers open, sometimes things fall over, and I just wouldn't, like Oliver doesn't even ride back here. Because,
no, he doesn't like it.
I'm not sure that I'm gonna give anyone a ride in the back.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like unless, I mean, obviously like in an emergency, like that changes things. Like if somebody absolutely has to, like has to go somewhere, if somebody is sick, if somebody has broken something, whatever. But I think in general it's gonna be more like a stationary thing. Like I'm not even sure how often I'm gonna go to town. It might just be like we're at the trailhead and that's it. That's where we're gonna sleep. I'm hanging out here. Jess brings resupply for me, and you know we kind of go from there. So we'll see how it goes. I think that the trouble for me comes in, like, we want to be able to like offer what we can to people, but like finding the best ways to do that where we can still like have some boundaries, because this is our house that we like live in all the time.
And it's still a pandemic. We're still dealing with COVID, and while we're vaccinated, not everyone else is. So there's a lot of factors.
A lot of factors. We're gonna figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
Try to make the best decisions for everybody.
Gosh, Oliver's really into these birds.
Oh, right. Oh, videos of our wedding. People want to know if we're going to vlog our wedding.
We will not be personally vlogging our wedding, but maybe we'll do a wedding video. That's not in the plans. I'm not sure.
I literally do not know right now.
Maybe you'll have a friend vlog our wedding.
Maybe.
Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be. Thanks for the congrats on the 30K. Yeah, 30,000 subscribers this morning. Super exciting.
Oh, Jim, thanks for talking about Patreon, saying how great it is. We're glad to have you. Oh, at some point in your last PCT attempt, you decided to stop. How are you going to push through it if you're at that point again? What is your mental strategy? Yeah.
I keep telling Sarah I'm not gonna be easy on her because I know this is something that she really wants.
Yeah, it was like absolutely crushing when it didn't go as planned. I think what happened last time is that there were so many external factors outside of our control in regard to weather. And specifically, with the very high snowpack in the Sierra Nevada, it was over 200% snowpack when we got to that point in the trail when we were supposed to keep going. And we were like, we can't. We're not mountaineers. We are not prepared for this. We're not
risk takers.
We're not gonna.
So.
Yeah, like for the most part, like something like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was like it was a big to do, and we decided instead we weren't going to keep going. We were going to go around to Oregon. But there was so much snow in Oregon. It was just a very wet year in 2019. And so we got to the point in our hike, because of all of the snow and the breaks we had to take and things like that, that we realized we weren't going to finish the trail. That we realized, you know, through hiking the whole thing, it was not going to happen that year. We just were going to run out of time. And once that happened, like, I lost all motivation to keep going. Because I was like, well, what are we doing for it? Like, my point is like the ultimate goal, the goal of doing the whole thing. Like, I think I can enjoy the journey through having the goal. Like, that's how I work.
That's the kind of, yeah, your personality there.
Yeah. Whereas Jess is like along for the ride and having a great time, and it doesn't
Happy to
matter.
be here.
Happy to be here, just like Ollie. But I'm like very like goal focused. So I think for me, as long as the end goal is still attainable, as long as I'm not running out of time or like, you know, anything like that, as long as the end goal is still there, then I think I'm gonna be good.
Yeah. I think the challenges will be different this year. Our year
Yes.
was rain, snow, and mosquitoes.
Yes.
This year it's going to be lack of water
Yes.
and probably a lot more fire is what we're hearing right now.
Yeah, it's
So-
been really dry.
And you're really sensitive to smoke, so this will be its own challenge, I'm sure.
Yes.
And not being together. That's another difference in challenge.
Yes. Okay, should we like look through just a couple more,
Yeah.
or should we?
Yeah, a couple more. If you have any other big questions, let us know. We're going to wrap up here soon.
Okay. Wedding still in Austin
Yep, wedding still planning in Austin.
at this point.
At this time, we're not sure.
AT or CDT future goals post PCT. PCT's the goal right now.
Yeah.
That's the goal right now. That's been like the ultimate goal. I'm like, we're not really backpackers. We're not like huge overnight hikers or anything like that. It's just been like PCT centered.
Right. I would love to do a shorter trail, like the Arizona Trail, maybe at
Yeah,
some point.
that
I
looked
can
great.
do solo. That would be awesome.
Yeah, but no interest in the AT at all.
I grew up on
Absolutely
the AT. I'm not really. It's just kind of like where you're from. You're not really interested in. Thanks again for all of your encouragement, everyone. It's super kind. Keep it coming because we're feeling pretty anxious this week. Yeah. Next Sunday we'll put out one more prep video and then the vlogs will start the following week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I think we will wrap this here. Thank you all so much for being part of this video. We were really excited and anxious and nervous and just yep.
We're gonna make a gear video probably today.
Yes,
Get our packages.
make a gear video.
Go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Pack the pack.
It starts very soon. We're not saying the exact date that I'm starting.
For safety reasons.
Just for like safety purposes. But it's very, very soon. Very soon.
It is imminent.
Imminent.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you so
All right.
much. And we will post details about Trail Magic, like how the best way is to participate in that. And if you
Yeah.
want more like behind the scenes content, more like of these live chats with us,
Maybe some postcards.
postcards, anything like that, just go over to our Patreon. We would love to have you as part of that community.
All right.
So,
thank you everyone for being here. We really appreciate
Yes.
it, and we will catch you next week.
yep. Bye, everyone.